to brawl.
My foot's in a stirrup, my bridle's in my hand. I'm leaving sweet Molly, the fairest in the land. Her parents, they don't like me. They say I'm too poor. They say I'm unworthy to enter her door. They say I drink whiskey, my money's my own, and them that don't like me can leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and when I get thirsty I'll lay down and cry. It's beefsteak when I'm hungry, and whiskey when I'm dry, greenbacks when I'm hard up, and hell when I die. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If I don't get rye whiskey, I surely will die. Oh baby, I've told you before, to make me a pallet, I'll lie on the floor. I've rambled and trampled this wide world around, raising hell with a gang, that is where I am bound. It's with these gunslingers, dear Molly, I roam. I'm a rebel rouser and Dixie's my home. If the ocean were whiskey and I were a duck, I'd dive to the bottom and get one sweet suck. But the ocean ain't whiskey and I ain't no duck, so I'll play Jack of Diamonds and then we'll get drunk. Oh baby, I've told you before, to make me a pallet, I'll lie on the floor. I'll tell you about a land I know, it's not so far from here. And every time you blink your eyes, the strangest things appear. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the bubblegum trees, and the soda water fountain, the lemonade springs where the bluebird sings, in the big rock candy mountain. Oh, the big rock candy mountain is a perfect place for kids. Your allowance grows on bushes and the cookie jars don't have lids. You can have your choice of any pet surprise. There on a cot sat Johnny, making love to Nellie Bly. He is my man, and he's doing me wrong. Frankie drew back her kimono, took out a little 44. Toot, toot, 3 times she shot right through that hardwood door. She shot her man, he was doing her wrong. Bring out the rubber-tired buggy, bring out the rubber-tired hat, and take my man to the graveyard, and I ain't gonna bring him back. Lord, I shot my man, and he's done me wrong. Bring out 1,000 policemen, bring 'em around today. Lock me down in the dungeon cell and throw that key away. I shot my man, he was doing me wrong. Frankie said to the warden, what are they going to do? The warden, he said to Frankie, it's electric chair for you. You shot your man, he was doing you wrong. This story has no moral, this story has no end. This story just goes to show that there ain't no good in men. He was her man, and he done her The night was clear and the moon was yellow, and the leaves came tumbling down. I was standing on a corner when I heard my bulldog bark. It was barking at the 2 men gambling in the dark. It was Stagger Lee and Billy, 2 men who gambled late. Stagger Lee threw 7, Billy swore that not to do what I've done. Don't go and spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot on the platform, I got the other foot on the train, and I am going back to New Orleans. I'm gonna wear that ball and chain. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And my God, I know I was one. Railroad Bill, you never worked and you never will. Ride, ride, ride. Railroad Bill, he's a mighty mean man. Shot that lantern right out of that brakeman's hand. Ride, ride, ride. Early one morning, standing in the rain, round the curve come along the freight train. Gonna ride, ride, ride. Two policemen dressed in blue, walking down the street, 2 by 2, looking for Railroad Bill. Gonna buy me a pistol as long as you're armed. Gonna shoot everybody ever done me harm. Ride, ride, ride. You can kill me a chicken, send me the wing. They think I'm working, boys, I ain't doing a thing. Ride, ride, ride. Railroad Bill, sitting on a hill, lighting his cigars with a $10 bill. Ride, ride, ride. And it's ride, ride, ride. Of steel and cried, hammer's gonna be the death of me, Lord, Lord. Hammer's gonna be the death of me. Now the steel on down. God, God, I'm gonna knock that steel on down. John Henry told his captain, Lord, man ain't nothing but a man. But before I let that steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna die with a hammer in my hand. Lord, Lord, I'll die with a hammer in my hand. John Henry driving on the right side, that steam drill driving on the left. It says, for I'll let your steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna hammer myself to death. Lord, Lord, I'll hammer my fool self to death. Well, Captain said to John Henry, what is that storm I hear? John Henry said, that ain't no storm, Captain, that's just my hammer in the air. Lord, Lord, that's just my hammer in the air. Oh, listen to my cold steel. John Henry said to his shaker, Shaker, why don't you sing? 'Cause I'm swigging 30 pounds from my hips on down. Yeah, listen to my cold steel ring. Lord, Lord, listen to my cold steel ring. John Henry, he hammered in the mountains. His hammer was striking fire, but he worked so hard it broke his heart. John Henry laid down his hammer and died. Lord, Lord, John Henry laid down his hammer and died. Well, now John Henry, he had him a woman by the name of Polly Ann. She walked out to those tracks, picked up John Henry's hammer. Polly drove steel like a man. Lord, Lord, Polly drove that steel like a man. Well, every Monday morning, when the bluebird he began to sing, you could hear John Henry from a mile or more. You could hear John Henry's hammer ring. Lord, Lord, you can hear John Henry's hammer ring. I say you can hear John Henry's hammer ring. Lord, Lord, you can hear John Henry's hammer ring. Went out one night to make a little round. I met a little Sadie and I shot her down. Went straight home and I got into bed, a 44 pistol under my head. Woke up next morning about 9:30. The hacks and the buggies all standing in line. The gents and the gamblers standing all around, taking little Sadie to her burying ground. I began to think of the deed I'd done. I grabbed my hat and away I run. I made a good run, but a little too slow. They overtook me in Jericho. I was standing on the corner reading the bill when up stepped the sheriff from Thomasville. He said, young man, ain't your name Brown? Remember the night you shot Sadie down? I said, yes, sir, my name is Lee. I murdered little Say in the first degree, in the second degree. If you got any papers, won't you read them to me? They took me downtown, dressed me in black, put me on the train and they started held the papers in his right hand. 41 days and 41 nights, 41 years to wear the ball and the stripes. Georgia, wish I was back in Tennessee. Way down in Columbus, Stockade, my friends, they have turned their backs on me. Go and leave me if you wish to. Never let me cross your mind. In your heart you love another. Tell me about it. Many a night with you I ramble, countless hours with you I spend. Your sweetheart forever. Now I find it's only land. Go and leave me if you wish to. Never let me cross your mind. In your heart you love another. Leave me, little darling, I don't mind. As I lay sleeping, oh, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, I was mistaken. I was still right here behind these bars. Go and leave me if you wish to. Never let me cross your mind. In your heart you love another. Leave me, little darling, I don't mind. Lord, I've got the walking took me for his wife. He gave me trouble all my life. He left me out in the cold rain and snow. The rain and snow. He left me out in the cold rain and snow. Well, I've done all I can do to try to get along with you, and I ain't gonna be treated in this way. This way. in snow. Henry, but it won't kill me. No, it won't kill me. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I pull when the wheels won't roll? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when the wheels won't roll? You can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, out of number 9 coal. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I pull when the wheels won't roll? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when the wheels won't roll?
Never speak harsh words to your true loving husband. He may leave you and never return.
Promised not more than a week ago. You promised that you'd marry me, a standing in your mama's door. But now you've broke your promise. Go marry who you please. This world's so big, so long and wide, I'll never beg you on my knees. It's a short life of trouble, a few more words to part. Short life of trouble, little girl, and to see my darling go. I'm sitting on my bedside, I've wept this whole night through. I'd give this world and half of my life if I only was married to you. It's a short life of trouble, a few more words to part. Short life of trouble, little girl, poor boy with a broken heart. I can see my coffin coming, my shroud and all is on. Go take me to some lonesome graveyard and let the grave be my home. And when I'm dead and buried, then you can sow some flowers and say to those who walk around you, the heart I've broken lies here. It's a short life of trouble, a few more words to part. Short life of trouble, little girl, poor boy with a broken heart.
He would bring her some money place, and they brought her out before him so that he might see her face. Though he made no confession, they carried him to jail. No friends, no relation would go on his bail.